Huh. What can I do for an intro? This would be episode 11. Well, we got the skateboarding thing. That's kind of cool. We also have, the video game skateboarding thing. There's that time-lapse video that you wanted to do. What can we do for an intro? I'm not naked, by the way. Oh, is he naked? Oh.
Too drunk to listen, so old to care. We're set in our ways, and we're losing our bloody hair. Sick of watching society decline, no we're watching bodily minds. Time to start a riot. Live a diet of crazy fun, so let's put some chill.
Oh, you walked it away! Hey, this is the intro to my show. Hey, you walked it away at the perfect time. Hey, my name is Aaron. You guys know my show already, and we are with
The breaking pattern.
The Breaking Pattern. Let me move this mic a little bit closer to you. I forgot to do that. Cool. Yeah, we're with The Breaking Pattern today, and what I always like to do with the band is go down the line, what you do in the band, and your name.
Oh, I play bass and my name's Andy.
Yep. My name's Justin. I play drums.
I'm Derek. I'm the singer.
And we're missing
Nick Miller is the pretty blonde one. He's our guitarist.
Yeah, you'll see him at the end. I got a video of him.
He had a bounce after practice.
Yeah, that's okay. It's understandable. It happens. Cool. What do you guys love most about playing live?
Oh, just like the feeling of it, I guess, the vibe.
Yeah.
It's like, open air.
It's free, right? Yeah. It's a sense of freedom, right?
I love hearing my bass drum through PA.
You're such a joke.
I just love the tone through PA.
When it hits you, man, totally.
That thump in the chest.
Oh, I was just gonna say, when you feel it, you
like
totally.
the connection with the audience, the people.
No, I'm narcissistic.
No, my kick.
I paid good money for this drum set.
That's hilarious, dude.
Dude, when you played Marquee back when...
Oh, dude, this was the best feeling of my life.
Oh, the Marquee,
sounds
bro. Wait, hold on. Let's talk about that for a second. Marquee has been a goal of mine for a whole long time. How was that?
Well, I played. It was with a different group.
Oh, okay. I apologize. Yeah. Okay, just you, the Marquee.
Yeah,
I gotta hear him play with another band.
It was cool. I mean, it was cool to play a venue that I've seen so many of my favorite acts play at over the years. It's like, I think of some of the best concerts that I've been to, and they were at the Marquee. And I remember before I went on stage, there's various sets of steps where I sat at them, and I was like, TV Havoc has walked on.
Exactly, dude. Totally.
Yeah, I was like, Ozzy of all my favorite concerts.
Exactly, dude.
It's sanctified.
Ever since I kind of moved on the east, well, really just in general, just playing shows, just Marquee's always it's just a goal. It's just a really cool. What band was that?
Greyjoy.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, I love Greyjoy. Yeah, I did a cover of them too. They're really good.
Yeah, I play Avi and all those guys.
That's cool. You're still in Greyjoy, right?
No, we broke up.
Oh, it's over. Oh, well, on that note, because that's my timer, we're going to change the pace of everything. We're going to play my random game of my show.
Okay.
I didn't even answer your question.
Yeah, we're going to get back to everything here. But I always like to play a little random game of my show.
Okay, keeping us on our toes.
Yeah. So today we're going to play beer pong. And it's kind of good that your buddy left.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah. Oh, shit, yeah. Fill those up. I'm down.
We're
all ages, and I don't give a shit.
We're a Happy Sunshine pop band, but we
Mouth of Sailors.
we have Mouth of Sailors and we drink excessively. So. Sorry, I'm just...
You gotta get down low.
Oh my gosh, I'm down to drink that one.
Oh, yeah!
Facts, bro. I'm down with backs.
Yeah,
Oh, we didn't get a water
Cheers.
cup. Oh! Oh!
Glass.
Fuck!
Oh wow. That was so
Oh!
Dang. This is like.
You got this.
I know this is the world's.
Oh!
This is the world's shortest beer pong table, but this is harder than you think when there's
It
like
really
little
is.
thimbles of beer.
A few moments later.
It's been a while. It's been like since high school.
Dude, nice. That's 2 drinks. Oh!
All right,
It isn't darts, Andy.
rhythm section
That's
coming
my
at us
problem,
right
yeah,
now.
Seriously.
Gotta hold this down.
Here we go, here we go. I
I'm
got
gonna
this.
drink these anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yes! Let's count that as 3.
What does that count as?
Let's count that as 3.
Alright.
We already got the 2 in, but yeah, totally. Alright, this is turning into a game right now. Oh,
damn.
dude, okay, so you only need. If you make 1, you win.
This is it.
Oh!
Yes!
Dude.
Yes, we're the best. Fucking basis.
Nice job, guys.
Enjoy your beers, boys.
Let's get back into this mode.
Now that we're all a little tipsy.
Yeah, totally. Now that we're feeling pretty good off that Paps there. Yeah, before I cut you guys off, what do you love about playing music live?
Oh, I was the only one who didn't answer. I'm so
Yeah.
excited to answer this question. I am. Sorry, wait. I'm not sure if I can give short answers. I'm really bad at that.
Oh, we're good. This
I
is
like-
as long as you want it.
I'm inherently a very introverted and shy and like very to myself kind of person. Like I even work from home. Like I don't actually go out all that often.
Lucky.
But yeah, no, it's a great life being a hermit.
Yeah.
But like for me, like I like store all this like social energy, and when I'm on a stage or when I'm like on a camera or anything like that, then I feel like I've like harnessed this like other side of me, and I don't necessarily think it's like a different version of myself or anything like that. I just think it's like a heightened version of what I can be when I'm fully outgoing.
That's cool,
And
man.
so I love being on the stage and just being okay, Derek, like you got to just turn on the magic. Like this is your time to. You're like all these people in this room are here to be entertained by you, or you're opening up a show. Like you got to warm this crowd up and get them ready to receive a fun band.
Yeah.
So like my thing every time I go on stage is like I gotta be an entertainer. I gotta catch their attention. I gotta do something that makes their time worth it, and that makes them glad to be there.
Yeah.
So I mean, I just love going on stage. I mean,
That's a great way to think about it, dude, man. Because a lot of people, they just go up there and play music, but you have to perform. You have to give people a reason to want to come and see you again.
well, I tell these guys too. I was like, honestly, you're an entertainer first and a musician second when it comes to live performance.
Yeah,
So I was like, once
totally.
you're in that venue and there's people in that venue to see you, you got to entertain not just on that stage, but in that entire venue.
Yeah.
Because people are paying money to have a fun night. You got to make sure they're having a fun night.
Yeah, that's
And
a good
they want
point,
to
man.
come back.
Yeah, totally, man. That's a really good point. Cool. Next question here for you guys. What inspires you to write music?
Oh, everything. It's like anytime I get broken up with.
Yeah, I'm the
Number
same,
one.
I'm the same way, man. Just
Like
life in
anytime I
general.
see a car on fire in the road, I'm like, that's fucking bad. I gotta write a song about that.
Yeah,
Anytime
totally.
you see a bag blowing in the wind.
Yeah,
That's
totally.
that another teen movie.
American Beauty.
Yeah, totally. That's my favorite movie, man.
It's a little weird now with the whole Kevin Spacey.
Yeah,
thing.
I don't. He didn't write the movie. I don't let it. I don't let it deteriorate for me. But yeah, back to my serious question. What inspires you to write
what's yours,
music?
Lucian?
I don't know. I think one of the biggest things is other musicians. Like I hear music, and for me, I view a song like when I hear a drum track or a drum play to a song, I view it as their interpretation, and it makes me want to play my interpretation of it. So sometimes, I listen to stuff that's way beyond my playing ability, and then it forces me to practice certain things to try to be able to do that or try to emulate.
Yeah,
other
just
people.
think outside the box.
Yeah,
totally.
so for me, the big thing that motivates me is other musicians.
Well, the thing that's really interesting too about Justin as a drummer is that he'll pretty much play a song different live, every single time he plays it live.
That's
And
cool.
what's really fun.
As long as you're solid, bro. Totally.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously he's always on time. He's hitting his fills, but
Yeah.
what's fun was like there'll be times where I'm like, yo, this is like the finale of this song. I was like, just go ham, just like, and it's so fun because every time I get to hear a different fill or whatever.
That's cool, man. Because then you can just feel it. Oh, this is the first time this has happened. Somebody's calling right now. Give me 1 second, guys.
We have
Oh, it's James Koza, the owner of Band Oasis. James Koza, you are an AZ local show right now. We are live on the AZ local show. How's it going, James? It's amazing right now. I'm actually interviewing a band right now, and you're live on my camera, so I'm going to leave this in. But I hope you're doing well. Later. Cool. That's the first time that's happened. Yeah, right. But yeah, that's cool, man. That's really cool to hear from you guys' perspectives on what you like get inspired by.
What I'm inspired by, because I'm the lead singer here.
Yeah, totally, right?
Yeah.
You're writing the lyrics. That's a pretty big part to the songs, for sure.
Yeah, well, actually, I studied creative writing with emphasis on poetry in college, so I have a degree in poetry.
That's really, really cool, dude.
Yeah, in terms of like what inspires me, I would just say like it's not necessarily what inspired me, it's about like when I'm inspired. So for me, the big thing and my suggestion or advice to any writer who's looking to write like on another level is just being ready to catch the inspiration when it comes. So for me, I'll be like driving down the road or I'll be in the shower, and it's like really dangerous to say like write down your shit when you're on the road. But like I literally have writing all across my shower. So anyone who's like been in my bathroom is like, what the hell's going on? It's like some beautiful mind stuff. Like,
just some crazy shower.
Literally just scribbles all over my shower in my car. It's always like have voice memos. Like I have hundreds of voice memos. And
that's awesome.
So for me, it's not necessarily like, because you can be inspired by like listening to another band and like listening to like a lyric and be like, that was a cool lyric. Let me just quote it, and then maybe I'll try and like riff off it later.
Oh yeah, build off, totally.
Yeah, or you know, a movie that you liked, or a heartbreak, or something like various things throughout the day can inspire you. Like literally anything can inspire you. So for me, it's not about like what inspires me. It's about like when I'm inspired and making sure no matter what, like I can literally be in like a heart-to-heart conversation with someone important, and I said some dope shit, and I'll be like, hold that thought, and then I'll like I've ruined plenty of relationships purely because I will never let a moment go by in my head.
That's really cool, man. That's really, really cool.
Yeah.
All right, man. Cool. We're gonna watch a video that I put together, and I asked some people some questions.
This question has been the subject of contention recently. Does it help or hurt local bands to play shows close to each other?
Oh gosh, yeah. So I think it's a good idea to spread your shows out somewhat. If you're a headliner, then I can see how it could hurt the promoter. But if you're an opening band and you're drawing 5 people anyway, who cares? Get out there and play.
I think it hurts bands. I think if you play shows too close together, both in distance and in time, you're hurting your draw. Because then you get people, well, I'll see you next time. Or you get people too used to you playing very often, and they're not going to worry about coming to see you.
I'm not sure if you mean, like, does it help local bands to play local shows close to other local bands? In which case I would say yes. I think it helps. It always helps to diversify your sound base by playing with other local bands. So I don't see how it could really hurt at all. If you mean playing only, I think the danger is playing only local shows. Only shows that are physically close together. I can see how that could be a problem if you get stuck in kind of the same place, and if you're only playing shows in, Long Beach, or you're only playing shows in Arcadia, that's probably going to end up not being good for your band. You need to diversify where you're playing more to reach more people.
Don't play more than one show a month. You're going to screw yourself.
That's just one aspect. Not everybody can go out every weekend either, so they're going to pick and choose which weekends they can go out. So you don't want to, you can play every weekend in state. This is a very big state. You can go to Flagstaff one weekend and Tucson the next weekend and so on and so forth. And you can go almost 6 weeks before you have to play Phoenix again. And that's great. That's perfect. Every 4 to 6 weeks at the earliest, in my opinion, is a good window to play an in-town local show.
Also, play with other bands other than the same 7 bands. Jeez. Seriously. I see the same 7 bands playing the same 7 shows. what am I ranting about? But like seriously, like I see the same 7 bands playing together, and they switch up on headliners, change it up, and play different venues. There's more. There's more than Club Red. There's more than Joe's Grotto. Try other places and like try to intermingle. I know some people won't agree with me on that, and that's okay. But I know what works business-wise. If you want to increase your audience to get to that next level, you got to mingle out there, man. People need to get comfortable outside of their comfort zones. They got to go for it. They want to evolve. They want to grow. They want to increase their audience. It's business-minded.
I would say sometimes. I mean, I guess it depends on the population of the area that you are playing in, but I mean, there's so many different people that go out on different nights, so you still have options to gain fans at those shows regardless of how close they are.
I don't think it hurts at all. I think that especially time frame, if you play a lot of shows close together, it develops a following because people will go and see a band for a first time, talk about them with their friends, and if they have to wait another 6-7 months for another show for that band, they might forget about it. So I think that shows close together help. I also think that shows close in area will help as well to create a following, but it does hurt a band when they're not going to different parts of the valley. Like I feel like they should, to develop more of a local standing instead of just like a Tempe standing or a Mesa standing or a North Phoenix standing.
Yeah, okay, so that brings my next question to you finally. When local bands play local shows close, like in dates together, does it hurt or help them?
So it really depends on where your band is at. So I've been in the scene for about 10 years on and off. Like I started when I was 18 at a very young age. And so what I think is if you're a new band and you're coming out and you don't really have fans, you just have like kind of a core group of friends maybe that are coming out, then at that point you're taking every offer you can because shows come and go and you're paying your dues, and paying your dues is real. Like if you want the good shows, you're gonna have to play the crappy shows for the promoters. Like that's just how it goes. Like there's plenty of different promoters in Phoenix that you can work through and get that diversification eventually. But if you're not like willing to take those shows right off the bat, you'll never get the good stuff later on. So the way that you want to do it is first you want to come out the gate and play and get your name out there. But then there starts to hit this like saturation point, and anyone who's been around for more than like a year or 2 or 3 really and has gained kind of a fan base will start to see this. So what happens is if you start playing like a show every single month, you start getting like this core group of fans that are like dedicated and they come to every show. Yeah. And like that's great. And those are like the people you need to be best friends with and, and give everything to.
Oh yeah, totally.
But once they're getting tired of coming to show after show
and hearing the same song,
and you're not even
same set list.
the same set. Yeah. A lot of bands won't even change up their set list.
Yeah, totally.
So they're just playing the same set over and over and over and over again. And so like for us, like we already have established like a really great core group of people, and then there's like kind of a fringe or an outer group that will come to like bigger shows, like when we headline or if we're like opening for a bigger band.
Yeah, totally.
And so we can take smaller shows every now and then that we think we might make some fans off of, and just have our core group there and make fans off it and still do good for the promoter. Yeah. And then like we got a headline next month at the lounge, and we can bring out our wider audience there. But we purposely haven't had a show for at least a month, and we actually got asked to do another show with a really popular local band called I don't know if you know Holy Fun.
Oh, of course we know Holy Fun.
But we weren't able to take it because it was like only a week or 2 after ours, and so I love Ryan. Ryan was like, "Dude, you're gonna kill your headline." I was like, right? We can't take it.
I mean, that's you bring up beautiful points. Yeah, exactly. I loved everything you said, but that's a good point there too. Bands have to be smart about when they take shows. Exactly. If you want another,
you need to be conscious.
Yeah, exactly. You have to make the right steps. You know, you can't just once you get to that level, you can't just jump on everything.
Yeah. So I think when it's like your first 6 months, your first year, like take every offer you can, get your name out there, start like meeting everyone you can, hit your social media hard, and then like once you start getting like an actual fan base around you, not to oversaturate them, you got to start taking like for me, perfect schedule is like if I could have like my dream schedule as a band that can draw, we can draw anywhere between like 50 to 150 depending on the type of show. Right. So it's not massive, but that's like our following, just so you get an idea of it. So an ideal scenario for us is Maybe do like an opener show. And we always aim for weekend nights if we can. So we aim for weekend nights. We do like an opener. Then we take a month off, and then we do something bigger, like a headline or a direct support or a full local show that we know is going to do really well.
Right.
Then we take a month off, and then we try and do like a smaller opener show, because you can mix your fan base. You can cater to your fans who only want to come out to your shows with the bigger shows, and then you can meet new people when you open for the other bands. And that's the best way to meet new people and then cater to your fans. Meet
Exactly.
New people, cater
Exactly. You're trying to build that audience every time to scoop them up into that next big one.
Right. Yeah. You want to get that new one. And,
I also think too that we're like in the age of technology, and sometimes the question of like, do we want to spend hours preparing for a show that might not draw well, or we might not really get the exposure that we need to with this band to expand? It's like, is that time better spent doing things like social media and marketing online?
That's a brilliant point. Yeah.
Like, I think, because at the end of the day, like, if you're at it at a certain level, you treat the band like a business, meaning that there's hours logged in, and sometimes you have to try to think of what's best for that finite amount of time you have, and it's not always playing a show.
That's a good point. And bands need to look at their bands as small businesses. It really is. You need to market it. You need to find the people that you need to market to, and
With that point is a lot of bands do think shows are the end all be all, and they think as long as I'm playing shows, and like other bands, like, man, we see it really shitted on because I spent so long in the scene that I do know every promoter, and I've worked with pretty much every promoter, and we're getting really good shows. Back when the scene was like not doing too well, and a lot of bands, I remember getting some flack for it. Like, this band, like, they're only doing well because they get all the best shows. I'm like, but like we don't make most of our fans at shows necessarily. Like, yes, we do make fans at shows, but like we have a very overwhelming social media presence. Like, we're on Instagram every day. We respond to every message. We're on Twitter every day.
That's important. I've talked about this in my show before. Being able to respond to people is huge.
Bands who are one-dimensional, bands who are one-dimensional think it's all about the show. They're so wrong. Like, yes, we do make some fans off shows, but if they think that's where we're predominantly making fans, they're so wrong.
No, I've said that before. There's bands that I've loved that, in the MySpace days. Even if it took months, they would respond to me, and it would just it meant the world to me. I remember those bands still to this day because of that situation.
The main. So how much of an emo kid you are? You remember when the Bane first came out?
Oh, of course, man.
So it was like back to like 2007, 2008, back when Ryan was still in the band. Shout out to Ryan. Nice little podcast. They would. Tim Kirsch would make. He's the manager of 8123. Tim Kirsch would make the members of the Main all send out 100 MySpace messages each for every show.
Wow.
So they would like sit there and add people like all day, because he had like no ad limit on MySpace, and then they would personally send over 100 messages to every single show. Jesus. And that's why, like, right out the gate, that, and they were like hooked up with a bunch of other popular local bands he supported him, like Lydia and Goodbye Tomorrow. All these guys were pumping him up. So the Main came out with like these huge credentials from all these other local bands. They sent out crazy amounts of messages to all these people. So everyone, like, the joke I always make about the Main is like, everyone thinks they know the Main. Everyone's like, oh, I know them. Like, I know on a first name basis. And it's like, yeah, you do. But they know, like, John and all those guys are just so good at making personal connection with so many people.
That's what it is, man.
They got hardcore fans.
You make the people feel existent.
Yeah.
That's what it is. They exist.
Yeah.
You notice them, and that's it's huge to them. You just do that for one moment, and they remember you forever. And they want to invest in you. So that's cool, man. Did you want to add anything real quick?
No, I
was saying, you said everything that I wanted to cover, honestly. So that was beautiful, man. Cool. All right. Now we're at You Poop. I hope you guys have a really good YouTube video for me, but we're gonna look it up and we're gonna find out what it is.
Oh jeez, wait, we gotta show you?
Yeah, I was hoping you were gonna give me a suggestion.
Nick Miller had a video he wanted to share, but
what do you got for me? Something funny.
It's gotta be you, Justin. I'm not a YouTube guy. Nick Miller had this video that he was trying to show us a practice, and it was like this 500, 600 pound man eating a greased up, mayonnaised up chicken. Just
too scary for me. I'm gonna stop it right there.
He's delirious.
That was weird. That was really gross.
Like dandelions.
It's gonna be a lot of our reactions there. Cool. That was funny. What's up next for the band?
Oh.
What you guys got going on? You said a show earlier, right? You got a headline.
Yeah, well, we got a single dropping this Friday, actually.
Oh, this Friday. Oh, cool.
Yeah,
well, this episode will be
before, yeah.
This will be before.
So that song's called "Day Sleeper." We recorded with Hiram Hernandez.
That'll be out by this point in this episode, but yeah, I'm sure that'll be at like 1,000 views by now.
I hope so.
Oh yeah.
So we're doing "Day Sleeper," Day Sleeper was the working title. It's called "Daydreamer."
Okay, thanks.
And I know I see it all the time. And then we got a headline next month at Rebel Lounge, and then
what's the date on that one?
28th of June.
June 28th. Yeah, cool.
So if you like the single, come hear it live.
Yeah. You'll definitely have that date here.
Yeah, that's the big stuff. But we did a lot of touring last year, so we're not going to tour probably this year.
Yeah, that's cool.
We just want to focus on the local stuff. So we got a couple other shows in the pipeline, and we'll probably be in the studio again in the winter and do it all over again, man.
Yeah, that's the fun game of it, man. Totally. Cool. Last words. I always like to save this for links people can find you.
Oh, yeah. You can follow us at Instagram's the one that we like the most. So follow us at The Breaking Pattern, and if you're an Arizonian, we'll follow you back and like all of your pictures all the time. And then you can find us on Twitter at The Break Pattern, because ING was too long. So The Break Pattern. We're also on Facebook, Spotify, The Breaking Pattern. We have a Snapchat, The Break Pattern. Yeah, we're everywhere, man.
Nice.
You'll find us.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you got a lot going on, man.
Yeah,
That's
we got
awesome.
a YouTube channel. Oh yeah, you have the same videographer as us.
Oh yeah, Alex.
Yeah,
I love
so
Alex.
shot all our music videos. So
Alex
if you follow us
Thomas.
on YouTube, then we got a really cool video called Taylor Swift that he did, and one called Shadow of the Moon. Oh, you recorded Shadow of the Moon.
Yeah.
I practiced. So if you like that song, it's a really cool music video.
You're about to hear it in like 10 seconds here.
Oh,
that's my
shit.
show, guys. Appreciate your time.
Yeah, dude. Thanks so much. That was super
Thank you so
fun.
much.